Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC and then why BTC is so extremely bullish, right? So we basically going to review what we talked about on the 18th when BTC was just about on the 18th BTC was just about 8,600, 8,800, right? Just about 9,000, right? So we said like BTC gonna hit 12K, guys. So it is quite amazing, you know, how BTC is repeating like the same exact pattern over and over again, guys. So I think, and we're also going to talk about like why BTC could hit like a 14K very quickly in a heartbeat. It's like BTC gonna hit like 14K in like maybe like less than 24 hours run. So and I'm gonna show you why we could hit like a 14K very shortly. Most people are, you know, still expecting 8K BTC and 7K BTC. We said like BTC gonna go to a 12K when BTC was you know, just about this area, right? So just about this area was 7,400, right, when we were making this flat correction. I know you guys remember, right? So we made this flat correction. Everybody was looking for this you know, ascending wedge, right? And then, you know, they said oh, it's an ascending wedge, you know, it's a top formation, blah blah blah, right? And then BTC dropped down to this area. You know, you go back to the 4-hour time frame and everybody was looking for a top formation like a head and shoulder, right? So, and I said like these head and shoulders, they don't play out when you see them. So you just got to keep that in mind, especially on a bull market. A bull market don't top out with a head and shoulder. So you just got to keep, it's going to be a very sharp drop, a very parabolic move with a very sharp drop, right? So let's say this bull market was about to end, right? 6 months, exactly 6 months bull market, right? Because it started like on the 15th, 16th, right? People not paying attention, man. On the 15th, I said like December 15th, I said like buy Bitcoin, $5 worth of Bitcoin every single week, you know, but you know, most people not paying attention. So a bull market gonna drop with a sharp angle like this, right? And a nice reversal pattern like that, right? You know, a nice reversal pattern and then another drop. So that's what you're gonna expect, right? If like we're gonna drop back down to 2K or so, but we're not getting any, you know, sort of a reversal pattern so far, right? So keep that in mind. So going back to a 7,400, most people were calling for even like when BTC dropped down like to 8K, I was calling for 7,400. It's not like you know, I was not waiting for the 7,400 because I was waiting for this flat correction. So basically, going back to this rising wedge, we drop back down to this area. Most people are looking for this head and shoulder. You know, I was looking for this flat correction, double bottom, and I said like we're going to 12K. That's what we're doing exactly. At the same time, it is quite amazing, right? So we're gonna take. I don't like to talk about the lower time frame, but even if you go back to the if you go to the 15 minutes time frame, you can see like some amazing things, right? But we just don't have time for that. So taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, right? So you take a look at this move, right? That's a flat correction you got. Let me just remove everything. That's a flat correction you got. So you gotta remember, right? I said it before, on a bull run you're not gonna get a like you know, some triangle just like that, right? So most people are going to be looking for this type of triangle like that, right? You're not going to get this type of triangle because you don't have time for this. People buying, so you only get this type of triangle like on a bear market, on like sideways correction, stuff like that, you know. But on a bull run, all you get is this, right? That, right? Move, that, move. So and then the angle gonna be sharper and sharper and sharper, right? So like this. So one more move, right? So you might get like a very aggressive move just like that, right? But you're not gonna get like some you know, triangle. So keep that in mind, right? So just keep that in mind very shortly. So we're not gonna get any type of move like that. So but going back to this double bottom, right? So you take a look at this double bottom, right? You take your extension tool, right, at 7,400 to the next flat correction, even down to the 1 hour time frame. We're making flat correction, right? We just hit 1.618 extension at 12,000, right? exactly at 12,000. So we hit our target 12,000 exactly. So, and you take a look at it, right? It's not done yet because we just made a another flat correction just about this area. If you go to the hourly time frame, right? So take a look at the hourly. Let's take a 2 hour, maybe it'll be better. Okay, 2 hour time frame, right? So you can see we got another flat correction just about 8,900. So we keep getting these moves, but people are not paying attention, right? You take a look at this move, right? Just about this area. You take a look at this move, just about this area. This flat correction we got, right? On the 2 hour time frame, right? Double bottom, flat correction, double bottom, right? 10K, I was calling for 12K, right? You go to the 4 hour time frame, you can see it better, right? The similarity at 7,400, and you see this move just about this area. That's a smaller move we got just about this area, right? We got drop, push to the upside, came back down, and double bottom. So let me show you again on the 2 hour time frame. That's the same exact move you got on the lower time frame at a higher price. So keep that in mind, man. You got your rising wedge. Look at it, man. It was at a what, 90 almost at a 9,500, right? Rising wedge, push down, push to the downside, a double bottom, and another move to the upside, right? So what we getting right now? So we made the same exact move. The only difference at this time, like right around like a 11.4 down to like a 11.6, not 11.4, but 11.4, right, down to like a 10.6. It wasn't like we didn't make like a double bottom. We just moved to the upside straight up. So we moved to the upside straight up. So you gotta keep, you gotta pay attention to these moves, guys. You gotta pay attention to these flat correction, right? Just like that, guys. Just like that, right? And then we just started a flat correction, right? But you gotta think about it. So we just made a 1.618 extension. And then we're going to talk about the R side next, right? It is quite amazing, right? We're going to talk about the R side, right? So from 7,400, right? 7,400 to like 9,400, right down to extension tool, 7,400, take to 94, down to 88. We made 1.618 extension, right? And then you take a look at it, the next correction move is just about like 1-to-1 extension. So it is quite amazing. So what do we expect right now? I'm expecting another parabolic move, right? A 1-to-1 extension of this move, right? This move, right? You can expect this move, right? A 1-to-1 extension, right? So you can take your arrow if you too lazy to take your extension tool, and then you take it up to this area, right? Where does it take you, right? Where does it take you? Almost like just about 14K, right? Let's say 13, right? Just to be conservative, right? We're gonna hit 13K, right? If you want to be conservative, a 1-to-1 extension. Let's take a look at a 1.618 extension, right? 1.618 extension. You got almost like 9K up to like 11.4 and down to like 10.6, right, in that range, right? So when you take a look at it, right, 1.618 extension going to be at like 14.4, right? 14,500. Let's say 14,500, right? And this move going to be parabolic, right? It's not going to be like a sideways correction. It's going to be a very quick move. Like you might just wake up and see like 14K BTC, because I'm going to show you why, right? I'm going to show you why. Because BTC is repeating itself, right? So when you go back to the 4-hour time frame, right, and then you take this curve, right? You got this curve in this area, just about this area, right? Take this curve, right, and then that's almost a 1.618 extension of this curve, and then this curve ended up with a parabolic move, right? A straight line, and we're not seeing like this slope, this change in slope, a direct like a 180 degrees, right? Just like that, 90 degrees, right? Angle like that. That's what I'm looking for. And then it is going to be very quick, right? We need a 90 degrees angle move from BTC. All these moves, they're not like 90, 90 degrees angle, right? So keep that in mind, right? Just like that. So when you expect that move, a 90 degrees angle straight up to the upside, the R side is extremely bullish. It is extremely aggressive, right? The only thing you would be worried about is like the stock R side, right? But I'm not worried about the stock R side, right? Because the stock R side, we could be getting these noise, right? Could get this noise, right? Just about this area, right? We could get this type of noise, right? It is very unpredictable. So I only like to talk about the stock R side on a bigger time frame, right? Like weekly and hourly. So let's move on to the to the R side, right? So let's remove this one, and then on the R side we're going to take a look at the daily, right? It is quite amazing, right? So when we talked about this inverse head and shoulder, most people are not paying attention. I told you guys on the 18th of June, right? On the 18th, like we started 17th, on the 18th, like we got this drop, and I say, guys, hold on, we're not going to even like 8K, right? So I think we were about like 8K, but we're not going to 6K. So I said, like, exactly, if you guys remember, right? This move right here, right? It is going to replicate this move, guys. We said it like 7 days ago. So we called for 12K long time ago, guys. So, and I said, like, it is going to replicate, we're going to get another extension of this move, right? What I say, we're going to get a 1-to-1 extension, right? So we could I'm expecting like 94 on the R side. 94 would be very aggressive. That would be like a 1.618 extension, but I'm expecting like 94 on the R side, but we might not get it, but it doesn't matter, because I'm not, like I said, we're not looking for accuracy. We're just looking for like trying to be close to target within like 5 to 10%, right? It's not time to be like accurate or like hit exact numbers, right? Whether like you say BTC going to 12K, BTC went up like 11.5, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. So you take your extension tools, guys. Take your extension tool. So remember these two patterns, right? So let me just remove everything. I like clean charts. So you take your extension tool, right? You take this move, right, to that area, right, the first move, and then you bring it back to this area, right? What you get exactly a 1-to-1 extension, guys. We talked about this 7 days ago, guys. 1-to-1 extension, what I said exactly. We were looking for this move to be in this area, guys. So, but it is kind of scary, right? Like, because if like we have to replicate this entire move, right? BTC has to replicate this entire move, right? It means like we have to drop. It means like we have to drop hard, right, in this area, right, in order to get this V shape. So that's why I'm kind of like a worry, right? Because I'm expecting 14K, but at the same time, right, this is my personal bias, so it doesn't have to do anything with the chart, right? But the chart says like we have to drop, right? But my personal bias is telling me we're gonna defy this, right? We might not do the same exact move at this area, right? Because we are so extremely bullish. And if you go back to this area, right, we could get like a volatility, right, just like this, right? And then we're gonna get this vertical move, this 90 degrees angle move, like I was talking about, right? That's a 90 degrees angle move I'm looking for, right? So, but we could get it, right? We could get it, but it has to come very fast. It cannot be like we're not gonna get it like in like a 3, 4, 5 days. We just have to do it like in a 24 to 36 hours at max, right? Otherwise it's not gonna be looking good at all. So I'm looking for another big candle just about this area, so just to replicate this move, and then after that we're gonna most people are gonna be panicking. It's the end of the bull run. so and then we're gonna replicate this move, right? So keep that in mind. BTC is making the same move back in when BTC was 5K. You guys remember, right? I was looking for I was dead wrong, right? I mean not dead wrong, but I was looking for this move. It was kind of correct, but it is correct. Like I was looking for this move, and then we pushed to the upside. It is okay, but the best way to look for this move look for a flat correction. Don't look for a ascending wedge. It's gonna mislead you, because this ascending wedge on a bull run, you're gonna like, gonna be like it's a top, but you're never gonna get a top on a bull run with an ascending wedge. You're not. A typical cryptocurrency bull run, it's like that, right? It's gonna move sideways like for years, months, or hours, and then all of a sudden you're gonna get this move, right, like that, and then you're gonna get this, that move down sideways, bang. So you go back to all alt, right? They made the same move. Bitcoin made this move, from 6K down to 3K. Most people are looking for most people are looking for 2K, this type of, everybody was an expert. So looking for this W. Nobody found this W, guys. Nobody did found this W. So, but it is quite amazing. BTC is repeating the same exact move. It is sad though. It is sad. Altcoin, still down. I'm hating BTC right now. So, but it is okay. It is okay, man. It's not end of the world, but it is okay. We should be all happy. BTC is performing well. Even though like our BTC, if you're not all in BTC, your portfolio is only doing good in dollar value, but in BTC value you probably down at least like 10% or 15%. So I'm gonna take a look at the chart room, and then we might talk about other coins. But the next target is nothing but 14K. I'm looking for that parabolic move on the 4-hour time frame. It could last like in 24 to 36 hours. We have to get it very quickly. We don't have time to be moving sideways. I don't see it be like this, right? I'm looking for a vertical move, very vertical move, and the whole world gonna be amazed by BTC, man. They're going to be amazed. So and then people are not even talking about 20K yet, but I think some people are talking about 20K, but we'll see. We talked about 20K BTC in July, right? My target is, I don't like to give dates, but my target is July 17th, and I have a personal, not personal, but a valid reason to talk about like BTC going to a 20K on July 17th, right? It's okay if I'm wrong, but I'm still expecting 20K BTC in July 17th to late July, right? So I know July is just about like 5 days, but we have like 3 weeks. If you know BTC, 3 weeks is a lot for BTC. So it's a lot for BTC. So keep that in mind very shortly. So let's take a look at the weekly chart and see where we at on the weekly chart, and then the monthly chart, right? Also, the volume on the weekly chart is incredible. Not quite incredible. You take a look at it. We only got like what? We only 3 days into this week, and then we got 100,000 trading volume, right? Last week we got 370. So, and then we got 4 days left. So it is averaging out quite okay. It is okay. It's not bad. We could get like 300,000 trading volume at least, right? But I think we're gonna get more, because we're gonna get some volatility to get to 14K, right? So you take a look at the monthly chart. Like I said, guys, we hit 1.1. Take a look at this area. So, look at that area, right? So it is 1.125 million, guys. So, and that's what we've been expecting since like the 7th of June, right? June 7th, right? We said like BTC gonna get to 1.1 to 1.2 million. So it is okay. We don't need a lot of volatility for the rest of the month. We just need to get to 14K with at least another let's see, we got 5 days left for the rest of the month. So 50,000 BTC trading volume per day, right? A day. So that's all we need, about 200,000 BTC. So it is okay. We're on target. So it's nothing to worry about, right? It is nothing to worry about. So it is quite amazing, right? So, but on the monthly chart, right? If like we close with a full body candle, man, it'll be incredible. So it'll be incredible if we like close with a full body candle just like this, right? Just like that. Because even though like we're on a bull run, we haven't been like able to close with a full body candle, right? We haven't able to close with a full body candle. So we could be closing at 14k in the next 5 days. Today is what, Tuesday. We got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Monday. So it has to be Monday. And Monday is the starting of the week. Actually, Sunday is the starting of the week, but it is okay. For crypto, is Sunday night, Eastern time, right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. We're extremely bullish, guys. We only need to hit on the bigger picture, like I said, 14k. Because back in December 2017, we weren't able like to close above 14k. We weren't able to close above 14k like in January, right? So it is very critical. That's the most critical numbers, right? Along this way, we have to challenge, right? It is okay. It is okay. Let's move on to BTC USD on Bitstamp. BTC USD on Bitstamp. Okay, remove everything. So you take a look at it, right? Most people were waiting for a round bottom. I said it back in like when we were bottoming, right? Everybody was looking for a U shape, right? Not U shape, but like a W, like this. Bang, bang, bang. Everybody was like everybody was trying to be an expert, right? And I said, like, why don't you take a look at BTC in the bigger picture? Because we're gonna be repeating this move, and this move gonna take us to 80k. I know this move was like lasted like 3 months, but we gotta think about it, right? It lasted like 2, 4, 5 months, right? It's okay, 5 months, right? But it is, the market is bigger, right? And this correction is bigger than that correction. I'm expecting like this move, right? And I hate to like talk about time frame, but in extension, right, it is 3.618 extension of the previous move. That's all you need to know. 3.618 extension, right? 3.618 extension, right? So 3.618 extension took us like to 11, almost like 1100, right? So that's all you need to know, because I'm not really good with time analysis, so I could be completely wrong calling for 20k BTC by July 17th. I shouldn't do that, but we haven't been wrong so far with BTC, man. All these numbers we called it like 30 days ago, some of them 90 days ago, some of them 6 months ago, guys. So 3.618 extension gonna take us like to a $76,000 to $80,000 BTC. So I would be looking for, I would at least like start selling, like strongly, at least, if you haven't watched Carlin Talk Crypto, I put that video in the Telegram group. He has a very great strategy of cashing out. So I would, but I think he's say like 50x, right? His portfolio 50x, but I think like his portfolio gonna 100x. So because we right at the bottom when you take a look at altcoin, right? So altcoin just like 3-4x, but yeah, altcoin gonna 100x from the bottom. So you take a look at it, right? 3.618 extension gonna be at 80,000. So, but most people, wanted to, I mean, where most people wanted to like replicate this move, like BTC gonna replicate 20, 13, 20. Why BTC has to? Like, it doesn't have to. Just follow the chart. Don't force like these patterns, right? Don't force it. Don't force it. But I'm extremely bullish. But if like we close below like 8,500 before June 30th, I don't think we will. Honestly, I'm gonna be bearish, and then I'm gonna start like looking for other pattern to move to the downside. But I don't think like we're gonna close, at least like with 85% confidence level. I don't think we're gonna close below 8,500. And then I told you guys why 8,500 is very important on the weekly time frame, right? 8,500 is very important. It is very, very important, right? It is very important, right? So it is very important, because you gotta think about it, right? Like on the week of June 3rd, right, when I made my first video and I said like the chart was selling off, right? You go back on my YouTube channel, so I said like BTC is selling off, but the chart is calling for 11k. That was on June 4th, guys. Everybody was looking for, stop looking down, just stop looking down. Don't look down, guys, don't look down, just look up, up. It is bull market, not time to be worrying about like what's happening, like, you know, at the downside, right? It is a bull market, right? So on June 4th, I said like we're going to 11k, right? After we you know, close above like the previous candle, and I said like we had, you know, we're going to a 12k. And yesterday I told you we're gonna hit 14k. So let's see, guys. And then the reason why I said like also we're gonna go to 20k, you know, I expanded last time. You take a look at this move, we got the same exact move just about this area, right? Same exact move. But what does it mean, right? Once we hit 20k, because if you replicate this move and then you get to 20k, why don't you replicate this move, right? I'm gonna show you, you know, where we're heading next, right? Because if you replicate this entire move just like that, right, why don't you replicate this move? But it doesn't work like that, right? You have to find like other patterns, right? Other patterns. But I haven't seen any yet. But once we hit like a 20k, it doesn't have to be accurate anyway, between like, you know, 18.5 to 20. We're gonna, you know, we can go back even like back to let's see, back to you know, 2011 and find like some pattern like to replicate like some to go back to the upside, right? So it doesn't have to drop back down to 2k after we hit 20k. So keep that in mind, guys, keep that in mind. I'm going to take a look at the chat room, and then you're going to see what you guys want to talk about. Otherwise we're just going to call it a day. What's up, Crypto God? Hey, thanks to you, Crypto God. Thanks a lot, man. What's up, eBanks? But I think organic subscribers are better, you know, when your channel grow, because you gotta think about it, man. This is free. You guys not paying me anything. You guys not even tipping me. So I'm using my own time and then my own resources to talk about all this stuff, right? And been talking about it since like when I think I opened my channel like November 23rd, right? Something like that. So November 23rd, right? So you go back November 23rd, that was like just about this area, guys. That's when I started talking about, like, you know, on the weekly time frame. If you go back to my old videos, you know, I started talking about like BTC, like how important like was BTC to close and stay above these areas. So I mean, I started, you know, talking about like we at the bottom, right at the bottom. When we were right at the bottom. So but having an organic growth rate is better. So, you know, you're seeing like some people with like 15,000 subscribers, but you know, they barely ever, you know, tell you something like accurate, right? So keep that in mind. We're going to be on the weekly time frame. We haven't even started like making some flat correction on the weekly time frame. So keep that in mind, right? So we just like moving on a very aggressive move, very aggressive way, right? So once we start making some flat correction on the weekly time frame, because we're only making flat correction on the daily, right? So keep that in mind, like this, right? You got one flat correction just about that, right? Like that, right? You could call this one, it didn't drop far enough, right? So but we haven't even seen any flat correction, you know, like this, right, on the weekly. So we're extremely bullish, right? We could get this flat correction at 20k, right? We could get that flat correction at 20k. You could get that, because you gotta think about it. At the same time, right, we got that flat correction when we went back to the you know, I just talked about like we're gonna find a pattern. We already found a pattern like when we get to 20k, right? And it is live, guys. It is live. So you're getting like everything, you know, raw data. It is live. So once we get to 20k, we could use this pattern, right? Once we get to 20k, like just like that on the weekly. So on the weekly time frame, right? I mean on the weekly, not on the daily, right? Just in this area, right? Once we hit 20K, just like that, right? Let me change the color, right? Once we hit 20K like that, right, we could on the weekly, so it is going to take a long time, right? So we might not break 20K this year then, if that's the case, because you got to think about it, that's going to take at least like 10 to 15 weeks. Let's see how long it took last time. People not paying attention, I'm telling you. Date range, so that's almost 14 weeks, right? Yes, 14 weeks. So 14 weeks is about like what, 12 weeks is 3 months. So yeah, we could break 20K by like a November. Like let's say we get to 20K like on my target by July 17th. July, August, September, October, November, we could be making this flat correction, right? We could be making this flat correction and break $20,000 by November, mid-November, right? So, and hit like 20, maybe $25,000 by December. So, but BTC is extremely bullish, guys. We said it back in February 22nd, February 24th, March 16th, March 17th, March 24th, March 28th, April 1st, April 23rd, guys. I've been giving you like a detailed analysis on, you can go back on my YouTube and then you can watch all those videos. I'm giving you dates, June 7th, June 4th, June 18th, and today is what? Today is June 25th, guys. I'm giving you dates, like dates and time and price. So, yeah, sometimes you get lucky, but we haven't been wrong so far. We haven't been wrong. And on December 15th, guys, I made a video and I said like buy Bitcoin weekly, and we I think December 17 or December 15. I have to go back, but we bottomed just about like December, right at December 16. And if you really think about it, Bitcoin tapped out on December 17, 2017 at 20K, right? And then we bottom right at December 16, right? So you go back to Litecoin. I said it before. Litecoin tapped out the week of December 1st, 2017, and then it started the bull run the week of December 1st, 2018. So dates are very important. Dates are very important in crypto. They are very important. So they are very important. So very important. So you guys just, if you don't do any time analysis, you just have to pay attention to those details. So let me take a look at the chat room again. What's up, Megatron XRP? Hey, what's up, Crypto Hippo in the house? So Crypto Hippo, man, if you don't know who's a Crypto Hippo, make sure to go check out his channel. He does some great analysis on using Elliott waves. So I was just watching his live stream, so I was like, I'm gonna do a live stream after you're done. Thanks for joining in, man. What's up, US veteran? Thanks a lot, Hippo. If you guys don't have any question, we're just gonna talk about I'm gonna leave this as a thumbnail because it looks nice. Hopefully it's gonna play out like this, but that's a weekly time frame. Okay, so we're gonna move on to XRP. I haven't taken a look at XRP chart since the last 24 hours. So XRP USDT. Let's go to Poloniex. XRP USDT. So when you take a look at XRP USDT, I said it like, you about to miss out on XRP USD. Most people are not paying attention, right? You about to miss out on XRP USDT, right? And if you pay clear attention on XRP USDT, the move can be very fast. Like just like back in 2017, right? Like December 11th, right? The week of December 11th up to January, right? You take a look at this move. December 11th to January 1st, right? XRP went up, what? Take a look at it. did almost 14x, right? 14x, guys, 14x in 3 weeks. So what's the big deal about XRP, you know, moving sideways? It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not a great deal. So, and then you take a look at this move, right? I love patterns, guys. So you take a look at this move, right? We got the same exact move just about this area, right? We got the same exact move just about this area. So what do you expect? You only expect like a 1-to-1 extension, right? A 1-to-1 extension again, right? At least a 1-to-1 extension of this move. No, not that big. This move, come on. Okay, let's take a look at this move. Do it this way. Don't be lazy. Take your extension tool right here to the top, to the bottom, right? A 1-to-1 extension going to take you right back at, you know, I mean, of course, it's going to take you right back at $3.50, right? $3.50. A 1.618 extension going to take you right at $5, right? $5. It's going to take you $5, and it is going to be very quick, guys. It is going to be very quick, and then we're going to be moving sideways. We're going to be making another move just like that, you know, maybe come back down to like $3, something like that, and then before, well, you know, we're going to take it to like a, you know, to some higher numbers. We're going to take it to some higher numbers, but you know, it is just to speculate. But at the same time, you got to remember, right? That's a big bull run, right? That move can be like this, right? Because XRP got this long sideways correction, right? Which is similar to this sideways correction, right? Similar to this sideways correction, just about this area, right? Just about this area, because this bull run gonna last at least another, you know, 14 to 18 months, right? So when you think about it, we could be replicating this, you know, 2 moves, just about this area. I talked about it last time, right? We talked about it last time, so keep that in mind, right? So I'm expecting like XRP to, with a very big move very shortly. So I don't know what you think about it, but it is going to be a very incredible move, very incredible. A $50 XRP, right? So $50 XRP, $50 XRP, $50 XRP. A 1-to-1 extension of this entire move only, you know, going to take you back to you know, 350. This entire move, right, from like 2015 just about like 2017, right? If you want to replicate a 1-to-1 extension of this move, you're gonna get like only like 350, right? Just about $4. Let's say $4. Let's round it up to $4, right? That's what you're gonna get just about like in 2019, $4, right? At least $4 XRP. That's like gonna replicate 4 years bull run, like 2017 to like a 2019 with the bear market, right? Coming back down. That's just 1-to-1 extension, right? 1-to-1 extension. If you're looking for a 1.618 extension, you're looking for, you know, $6, right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. A you know, 3.618 extension gonna take us just about $13. $13 of this entire move, guys. Entire move, like 4 years move. So XRP is extremely bullish, guys. Bitcoin Cash. I don't have any Bitcoin Cash, man. So, but USD. Bitcoin Cash. Let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash USD. I'm not really familiar with Bitcoin Cash USD, but Bitcoin Cash is on a bull run. You take a look at it on the weekly. That's a type of pattern I'm looking for. BTC has not even done this type of pattern, right? So that's this type of flat correction, like a fake flat correction. That's what I'm expecting like BTC to make once we get to 20K. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. So let's go take a look at the lower time frame for Bitcoin Cash USD. Bitcoin Cash, it is looking bullish. So when you take a look at this bottom formation, it's nothing. It is similar to the Bitcoin bottom formation, but you have to look at it in 3D. I keep telling you guys, you cannot just look at everything in one-to-one, right? You have to look at it in 3D. But it is the same bottom formation Bitcoin made, right? But we're getting a slight resistance just about this area, right? I usually don't talk about resistance, but you know, we got a slight resistance just about this area. But BTC is pretty strong, but as soon as BTC like a, you know, cool off, most likely, you know, Bitcoin Cash gonna be moving to the upside. At the same time, you take a look at it, we got a nice corrective move, a double bottom, just like BTC, what BTC did back in 7400, right? You remember, guys, when BTC was on June 7th, right, when BTC made this, you know, rising wedge, dropped to the downside at 74, moved back up to 78, come back down to 74. Everybody was panicking. I said, calm down, we're going to 12K. So Bitcoin Cash is making the same corrective move, right? But we're not sure like what type of extension it is going to make. So the best thing to do is just take the previous impulse wave, which is just about this bottom of 233 up to Bitcoin Cash 475, whoa, 480, right? And then come back down to 370, right? So we already hit like a 0.618 extension, right? When you take a look at 0.618 extension, it is very important, guys. It is very important. So I don't usually talk about Bitcoin Cash with the USD, but you know, these patterns you can, you know, apply it into like any coins, bro. You take a look at it, right? At 0.618 extension, we just got a rejection, and what are we making? A bull flag. At 0.618 extension, drop back down. So 1-to-1 extension going to take us $611. $611. I don't have any BCH, but it is extremely bullish. So it is extremely bullish. If you guys don't know who's Mark Demoiselle, make sure to go watch him. He been in the market like since let's see, like I think 2011, right? But he's all in Bitcoin Cash, and I told him like when Bitcoin Cash was like 200, I told him like we're going to 500, and he was waiting for he was waiting for $40. He's pretty great though, but he was pretty bearish when BTC was 5K, 6K. Mark Demoiselle, right? I hope I'm saying it right. My YouTube channel. That's what we need to do, right? So not that. So Mark, go follow his channel, right? He's all in Bitcoin Cash. He also like, you know, I learned about the Trololo trend line from him, like watching his old videos, like 2017, 2013, stuff like that. So go make sure to follow him, and he's has some great insight also. But he's all in Bitcoin Cash. He doesn't like Bitcoin. But I told him like when Bitcoin Cash was at $200, right? Just about this area, right? I told him we going to like 500. Have we hit 500 yet? I think we hit 500 already, right? So because I don't follow Bitcoin Cash, so we hit $500 Bitcoin Cash, right? And then at 0.618 extension, 1-to-1 extension going to be 611, and then 1-to-1 extension going to be 611. 1.618 extension going to be 662. So keep that in mind, guys. These are not my numbers. These are, you know, the extension tools, guys. That's the extension tools. And I think like we're gonna hit like a 1-to-1 extension, right, on a lower time frame, just like BTC. On a lower time frame, right, we're gonna hit 1-to-1 extension, right? Remove everything. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. People are not paying attention, man. They're not paying attention. So we got this move, right? When you go back to BTC made the same exact move, right? I told you Litecoin is a blueprint, right? Litecoin is a blueprint. Litecoin is a, you know, is the real bull run trigger. So Bitcoin made this move, drop down, push to the upside, right? After it pushed to the upside, it made a 1-to-1 extension. Like that's why we had I think 1.618 extension. We just hit 12K. So expect like Bitcoin Cash to do the same thing, guys. Bitcoin Cash to do the same thing. So you take a look at it on a lower time frame. We also got another flat correction just about there, right? So even if you take this flat correction, right, from this area to that area, and then you want to be conservative, right? You take 1-to-1 extension. It's still going to take you just about 578, which is roughly 600, 611. It doesn't matter how you play it. It is bull run. It doesn't matter. All your cards are gonna play right. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter how you do it. You're still gonna be right. But the most conservative way is just to look for a 611, a 1-to-1 extension. Yeah, I'm using log chart. Yeah. Let's see. Ethereum, man. When I was calling Ethereum $600 Ethereum, that was like a long time ago, man. You go back on my trading view, you can see like Ethereum $600, guys. You remember when last time I talked about Ethereum, guys? We talked about Ethereum. Ethereum is extremely bullish, guys. So on the lower time frame, guys, Ethereum it is bullish, guys. The market is so bullish. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. My portfolio is the only thing that is not bullish, but the market is bullish. Because BTC is crushing me. But you take a look at Ethereum, same flat correction. Now we're making a another flat correction just about this area. We made one just like Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is just about this area, but it has not completed its flat correction yet, right? So you go back, take a look at Ethereum. Let's go to a lower time frame, guys. Just huddle, man. Just huddle. Just be patient. So you got this flat correction. I wish I could huddle, right? So let me draw it properly. 1, 2, 3, flat. It doesn't matter. Running flat, expanded, done. It doesn't matter, right? So Bitcoin Cash is just like moving, not Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum. So expect Ethereum to make this move, guys. We talked about this like long time ago, guys. We talked about just about this area like on June 9th, guys. That's when we said Ethereum gonna move to the upside, guys. June 9th, right? That's because I talked about like BTC like June 6th, June 4th, and June 7th. I uploaded 2 videos and Ethereum was making the same move. So take a look at it, man. It's almost like 2 weeks. So we're making the same exact move. So, but what's gonna be the next target for Ethereum? Right. If you're looking for short-term target, I mean like, but the long-term target for Ethereum is like $3,000, right? So if you're looking for like to short Ethereum, I'm not advising you to do that because I'm not doing it, right? So, but Ethereum chart is kind of difficult though. But we got this first move, a flat correction, another move, right? So let's see how the extension gonna play out with it. So first move, flat correction. That's a 1-to-1 extension if you take a look at it, and then we're making another flat correction at 1-to-1 extension exactly, guys. 1-to-1 extension exactly in this area, right? Give or take, right? So what I'm expecting, we're gonna get stopped at a 1.618 extension, right? 1.618 extension gonna be at 350, right? 350 to 360. And if you're familiar with Ethereum, like if you've been buying Ethereum like since like at least like 2017, you know how important 360 and 370 is, right? It is very important because you gotta go back to like maybe go back to like November 28, 2017, like when Ethereum was like I think 360, and then Litecoin was just like hanging like right around like I think like $6. I can't remember, but 360 is very important for Ethereum. Let's go back to 2017. I'm gonna show you. Because I remember I had a friend, like he said, like, Ethereum is just 360, man, not moving. I was like, man, just be patient. That's how I remember, guys. So you go back to Ethereum, right? 360, just about this area, right? 360. Yeah, 360, just about this area. That was like September, right? October, in that range, right? So it has a big resistance. Like we had like a lot of sideways correction just about this area, right? Just about this area. Had a lot of corrective move, and then a sideways correction, and then finally we hit like a 500, 600. So keep that in mind. Make a similar, this move we're making right now, it is similar to this move, like on a lower time frame, right? On the 4-hour time frame. You go back to the 4-hour. You see, on the 4-hour time frame, we're making that move, right? Let me just remove this. So I like clean chart. So on the 4-hour time frame, we're replicating like the 2017 bull run, right? This move right here. If you go on the daily, and then you go back September, somewhere around like September, you see, it is the same move. And this is live, guys. It is live, right? So you're making this move. So what do you expect Ethereum to do on a 4-hour time frame? You're expecting this vertical move, right? You're expecting a very aggressive vertical move, just like that, right? Very aggressive vertical move. But I don't have time to check the extension for that. Maybe on the next live stream we're going to talk about it. You think like Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin is going to crush the other alt? Oh, I mean in gains. Okay, it could, man. It could. I think Bitcoin Cash is going to hit $8,000. But I don't think $8,000 is from where 500. That's 10x, 15x almost. It's not a massive gain compared to like lower alt, like outside the top 100, top 20, top 200. Those gonna make 600, x, 500x, 1000x. So I don't think like the top 10 coins they're gonna be the best performers, to be honest, right? But we will see. It's not about like it's not about being right or wrong. It's about like being profitable. So even most of us, even if we like 10x, we are pretty much like really happy, right? Because you guys bought. If you've been following me, you probably start buying like BTC at 3,800, right? If you believe like what I was saying, you don't have to. Don't believe me, please. So because it is gonna be a financial advice, so do your own research. But if you've been following and then doing your own research, and your research is aligning with my analysis, you pretty much been buying at 3,800, right? Because we haven't been wrong so far. Like we haven't been wrong. I can give you all the dates. We talked about like specific prices. So it's nothing to brag about. I've been wrong so many times about alt. But you gotta think about it. Bitcoin is a king. If you write about Bitcoin, at least 20% out of time, you're okay, but we've been we pretty much been accurate like 90% out of time. So 99% out of time we are pretty much accurate on BTC. But alt, man, I can't get it. I gotta get it. I gotta do better with alt. But we will see. We're not doing bad so far. We're not doing bad. We're not doing bad. Will Ether pass Bitcoin Cash in the next bull run? Guys, I really don't care. To be honest with you, I really don't. Guys, make sure you be ready for this bull run and then a top formation. And I mean, crypto is a peer-to-peer, transaction money, right? So I really don't care. Even if I don't care if Bitcoin is number 5. The only thing I care about, staying profitable, and you guys should be doing the same thing. That's the most you in it for the money. You didn't develop Bitcoin. You didn't create Bitcoin. I didn't create Bitcoin, right? So none of us created Bitcoin. So we in it for the money. We could have invested our money somewhere else, like real estate or 401k or stock market, stuff like that. But you decided to be very aggressive and put your money in this crypto. So you really shouldn't be worrying about who's going to be number 1. I mean, I'm not giving you any financial advice. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, personally, I really don't. It doesn't matter if Ethereum going to be number 1. As long as Ethereum has a solid tech, right? And then, developers doing what they're supposed to do, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay. So, it's okay. It's nothing wrong Ethereum being number 3 and Bitcoin Cash being number 1. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you 100x your $10,000, you're okay, man. You're okay, and wait for the next bull run. But I'm not worried at all about who's gonna be going ahead, right? So I'm only expecting mass adoption. That's all I care about, and then price increase. I'm sorry if if that's too rough, but I'm just being honest. I never talked about fundamentals, right? I mean, I like to talk about it sometime, but not too much, like to the point where, like, you know, you're not even focused enough on your investment, right? Apple is good, Samsung is good, so who really care, like, if Apple is better than Samsung? As long as you can dial the number you need to dial, you know, download the application you need to, you know, people just pay attention to little details, man. So, and I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life like paying attention to little details, you know, that, you know, not gonna make me profitable. Because, man, if you don't pay the bills, man, nobody gonna pay it for you. I'm sorry, but yeah, I see Ethereum like 5K, honestly, even higher than 5K, because 5K is nothing but you know, like I say, it's only about what, 15x, right? And 100x from $80 gonna be 8,000. So I really think like Ethereum gonna hit 8,000, and Litecoin gonna hit 2,000. Litecoin could even go higher than $800 this year. I know Doug. If you don't know who Doug is, make sure to go watch him, like a intro to cryptos. Intro to cryptos. I'm gonna write it in the chat room, right? I think that's how you. Yeah, intro to cryptos. Make sure to go check his channel. He's been saying that since like Litecoin was like $30, $20, right? He said, like, you know, Litecoin could hit like $800. So, but it is just amazing, man. You can't believe it when Litecoin is $20, but yeah, 5K Ethereum is extremely easy, and then $1,000 Binance coin is extremely easy also, man. I hate it because I didn't buy Binance at $4. I was still waiting for like $1.50 to $2, and I don't like to chase coins, and I never bought, but maybe I will change my mind later on, but we will see. Because you gotta think about it. I keep saying it, like, you remember like back in 2017 how like the ICO was like you know, Ethereum was like the platform, like, to create ICOs, but Binance was the platform to sell those ICOs. So you gotta think about it, like, Ethereum just create this platform, and then you can create your ICOs, right, and sell these tokens. But once you sell these tokens, how, you know, the price gonna grow? Binance came up with a great idea to be the best exchange in the world, the biggest volume. So that's why you could like seeing those that's like you were seeing like those you know, 100x 500x from those ICOs, right? But now Binance, right, they get their own exchange, their own coins, and then they, you know, they basically doing some ICOs with those coins, right? And then they about to get like their own, like I think that you can do leverage later on Binance, right? They're gonna be doing something like that. I'm not sure when, but it is gonna be incredible. So, you know, Binance like 1000xing from the bottom, or like 100xing from like the current price, is not going to be a big deal. It is not going to be a big deal, because 100x it is going to be like what, $3,000 Binance. What, you know, $1,000 Binance is going to be like 65 billion market cap. That's only less than 200 billion market cap. That's nothing for Binance, right? With the type of volumes they receive every week, it's not 200 billion market cap for Binance is reasonable, guys. It's very reasonable. So enough talking. Let's talk about NEO. NEO is also very bullish. I'm surprised, or not surprised, but I'm very happy for NEO to be at $20, right? Because I remember calling for NEO to hit like $3 when NEO was like even like you know $40. So, but we hit $5. So when you take a look at NEO USD, we just broke out of this channel, right? So and NEO just started the bull run. So it just started its bull run, right? It has not done anything like Ethereum and you know, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. So, but the great thing is that NEO is at, you know, almost what, 400% up. So don't sleep on NEO. It is 400% up. No, 300% up. Sorry, it's 4x, 300% up, right, from like $5, right? we double bottom at $5 exactly, right, and start moving on along this this channel, right? So, but are we going to be able to like push to the upside? I think we will. I think we will, because you know I'm not expecting NEO to come back down like to $12, right? $11, $10. We could come back down in this channel just about like 16. It is very, very possible. But looking at the daily time frame, I'm not saying like a nasty sell-off down like to this way, right? It could be like this way. It could be like forever if we have to drop back down to 16. So you're looking at like October, right? October, right? But anything can happen, right? But at the same time, right, if you just don't want to draw any channel, just look for your corrective move. We just got one. We just got one in this range, right? We get this corrective move, right? People not paying attention, right? Just like BTC on June 4th, we made this corrective move, right? And what was the previous impulse wave? It wasn't impulse, but it was just a corrective, right? You can't call it corrective or impulsive, but this move right here, right? So just like Bitcoin Cash, take a look at it. 1.618 extension at $20. We exactly at $20. And man, I hate this. NEO is up 20%. So let's see. I was waiting for NEO to drop. It's up 20%, but it's okay. So you take a look at this 16.86, right? That was 1-to-1 extension. Now we at a $20 at 1.618 extension. So what can we expect, right? We could hit like 2.618 extension, because let's see, what do you expect next, right? What do you expect next? You could wait for another corrective move, but I think like NEO has plenty of room to go. So I would just say like wait for a 2.618 extension just about this area, right? So if you draw a different way, you can like say 1.618 extension is even at a $22. So if you draw it like properly, like you put this extension tool at the right price, you're gonna look at like 1.618 extension is at $22. So we could wait for $22 and then wait for the next correction. The next correction, you're most likely going to get it on the lower time frame. I don't think we're going to make another corrective move, a flat correction so close to one another. So I don't see it. So you take a look at this move on the lower time frame, right? NEO is just gone, right? It is just gone. So once we get to $22, which is not too far, which is just about 10%, right? You can expect like this, another flat correction, just like on the lower time frame, right? You're not going to see it on the daily, right? You're not going to see it on the daily, like that, right? So just about to say before we move to the upside. Let's see if you're going to be able to see it on the daily. Yeah, you're not going to see it because it's going to be so vertical, like just like BTC. You're not going to be seeing, you're just going to be seeing noise, right? So keep that in mind, guys. Okay, which one you want to compare? BTC and what? BTC USDT. Maybe BTC and let's see BTC and compare BTC and ETH. Let's say ETH. Not ETH, BTC, ETH, USD. Now you guys making me look at these versus the dollars. And then overlay. Yeah, you take a look at a BCH and USD making the same move, right? Just about this area, like that, right? You can see it. These moves are comparable, like that, flat correction, double bottom, a push to the upside. You see, you know, Ethereum is making this move. Now you can expect like Ethereum to just, it is changing a slope, but it is okay, right? It is okay. It is changing. The slope is changing, right? So you can see just about there, right? So it is changing a slope. So, but it is okay. It is okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, but we're gonna hit a you know, $600 Ethereum very shortly. I said it like a long time ago, guys. You go to my trading view, you're gonna find it. So now BTC and NEO and another alt. Yeah, you can compare BTC, NEO. USDT. Man, NEO is at $20. Great. So you take a look at NEO. So NEO is, you know, you see how NEO is making the same pattern also. So if you overlay them, you see exact pattern, right? NEO is moving faster than BTC right now, right? So you know, it is moving very fast, right? So you can see it, you know, that's NEO is a purple line, right? So NEO is a purple line. So alt, you know, they're most likely gonna, you know, wake up very shortly. And then you take a look at the volume of BTC. I haven't talked about it today, right? On the daily time frame, we have not received any big volume so far. So so you guys be surprised in July, guys. You're gonna be very surprised in July. We have not received any volume the last 5 days, right? To match this volume, right? To match this volume. Just about to say it, right? So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. BTC is extremely bullish, guys. I keep saying it. BTC is 99.99% bullish. It is 99.99% bullish. So I said it at 5K, right? And I'm saying it at 12K. So we just hit 12K, guys. We hit 12K. Yeah. So we just hit 12K, guys. So, and I'm calling for 14K. So if you go back to the lower time frame, I explained to you guys at the beginning of the live stream. If you missed that, make sure to go watch it, because it is live. So most of this stuff I talk about, it is like raw. It's not like something I, you know, write down and come up and talk about it. It is something, you know, I see on the chart while I'm talking on the chart. I mean, not talking on the chart, but talking about the chart. So it is 12:15. Oh my gosh. Hey, what's up? Good morning, Computer Royal. QNT. I don't know what's QNT. You mean ONT? Ontology? I don't know what's QNT, but I'll take a look at it. Quantum. Qtum. Quantum. Nope. Quantum BTC. QNT. Quant. Bitrex. Quant. All right. Quant looks like it has bottom versus BTC, right? We got this nice bottom formation just about this area, right? The nice bottom formation just about this area, right? Nice bottom formation just about this area. A very impulse wave, right? Very impulse wave, a corrective move, right? What you got next? You got another corrective move just like BTC USD. Now you got another move, right? And another corrective move, right? Now you move into the upside. So it is starting to look bullish. At least I never take a look at this coin. So, but you know, looking at this pattern, you know, bottom formation, a impulse wave to the upside, corrective move, another impulse wave, and another correction. So you could be anticipating this move, right? You could even say like it is actually making a corrective move while BTC is making a push to the upside. So that's a big move you got, right? And then that's a move you're looking for just about this area, right? It could come back down just about this area and make a double top, a double bottom, it doesn't have to make a double bottom. It could, right? It could just make a move like this, right? And then a flag like that. So you just don't know, right? But you want to anticipate a support just about like, I think it is a quant is expensive, right? Very expensive, like 52,000, right? BTC, almost 52,000 BTC, right? Not 52,000 BTC, 52,000 sats, right? So you could be expecting a flag in this area. So, but we talk about it like once we get back to this area, because most likely we're gonna get back to this area. Like it is very possible, but it is the start of the bull run, so it doesn't matter like if it dropped 13% really, because it is just dropping to correct. It's not like it is dropping. It is dropping forever. Maybe like you're gonna be panicking once it dropped 14 cents, not 14 cents, 14%, and then you're gonna be panicking, and then you're gonna sell out, right? But you gotta think about it. When you sell, at what price point you're gonna think about buying back? You're not gonna have any strategy. So the best thing to do is just to hodl like this bull market, right? And then don't sell if you on a if you don't have a plan, right? You can sell and buy 10% cheaper, sell and buy 10% cheaper, right? But if you don't have a plan, you don't want to sell right now, right? I know what I'm talking about, because you know it happened to me sometime. I don't have a plan and I sell and I forget about that coin, and then you know it dropped like 30%. I'm still waiting to buy, and then it just jumps 80%, and then you're so mad, you know, kind of like what happened in VChain, right? So if you didn't sold VChain at 100 sats and buy back 50% down, like at 52 sats, and then it jumped back down to 99 sats, you're gonna be pissed, you know. You're gonna be pissed. But the best thing I would like, you know, it is not a financial advice, but you know, it is something I'm, you know, trying to practice myself, just to be patient and trying to increase your BTC value, and be patient, right? Increase your BTC value, get as much BTC you can, and you know, most of us might not get rich this bull run, but you know, we're gonna be able to you know, exit out at like $70,000 to $80,000 BTC and wait for $20,000 BTC for the next 8 to 12 months. It doesn't matter. We already, you know, been through a rough time on this bear market, right? So most of us didn't cash out, right? Hopefully you guys cashed out, but most people didn't cash out, because after a 60-70% drop, you just don't want to cash out. So you just wait, you know, and you know, you can cash out and wait for the next bull run. That's the best plan. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to follow that plan. But I know most of you guys, you know, at least, you know, had like a 5 to 10 BTC last bull run, because if you you know, so 5-10 BTC last bull run, if you can get like a, you know, 10 to, you know, at least 10 to 15 BTC this bull run, you know, and then wait for the next bull run. So because hey, what's up Brett, you're welcome, man. Hey, what's up Raymond? ZILLIQA, I mean, we all getting wrecked. It's not just you. If you're not all in BTC, you're most likely gonna be crying. So I'm laughing, but you know, I should be crying too. ZIL BTC. Yes, ZILLIQA made a attempted to make a double top, but BTC is too strong, right? So I remember ZILLIQA tapping out on April 1st at 531, because I was pretty bullish on ZILLIQA when we were making this. If you've been following me like since March at least, when we were making ZILLIQA, NEBLIO, Dash, they make the same type of bottom formation, and this pattern in this area. So pay clear attention. Ontology is making this pattern also. So I said it last time. So and then we went up like to 5, like 3 in that range, right? So no, that's a 4 hour. So but that's this move I'm talking about right here. just about March, right? So I was expecting ZILLIQA to push to the upside, but we got to like 531, right? We tapped out at 531. Since then, like, see how much we dropped, almost 90%, right? Dropped almost 65%. So in crypto, you gotta remember these numbers, right? 25%, right? I mean, of course, 25, 50, 45%, and 65% are very important in crypto. So most alt, they usually like a reverse at 25%, 45%, and 65%. So ZILLIQA is just about like 68% from this area of April 1st, and it is like almost 75% like since like January 25th. So if you've been holding versus BTC since January 25th, right? I mean, it's not gonna go like to. I mean, it's not gonna go to to zero, right? It is almost like 300% move to the upside, right? So, and BTC is almost up 300% move to the upside. It only means like ZILLIQA is only, losing its, market share to BTC. So BTC has to cool down. That's all it means, right? So, ZILLIQA is down 300%, BTC is up 300%. I mean, that's all. But I'm not gonna recommend to buy or sell, but I think ZILLIQA gonna do well. The bull market has just started, right? These coins, they're gonna like 100x, versus BTC. Like, some of them they're gonna go like 2000% versus BTC, stuff like that. So no need, no need to be panicking. So, but we're not looking good so far. We just broke this area of support. So, but we could be very close to the bottom. We could be very close to the bottom, right? Take a look at this extension tool. Let's see. We just dropped below. So next target could be like 1.618 extension of the initial move, right? So you would be looking at that's going to be a lot. Not 143, right? 143, which is another 17% drop, right? Because you could be making a double bottom at a 1.618 extension of this initial move, right? This initial move, just about this area, right? So 1.618 extension. That's 1-to-1 extension, and 1.618 extension going to be in this area, right? So 1.618 extension. So that's the next target, like that's the next fib level. That's the most probable target you could be. If you sell right now, right, you can wait for 17% drop. It's still good, right? You increase your ZILLIQA holding 20% almost. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, buy ZILLIQA when it hits zero BTC. Hopefully not, but I don't think ZILLIQA gonna go to zero. So basic attention token, BAT. So let me know if BTC hit 14k, because I'm expecting 14k BTC. Hopefully it's not gonna hit it tonight. Oh my gosh, man. Basic attention token is not looking great at all. So not looking great on the 4 hour at least. On the 4 hour at least. So take a look at BAT, right? So let's remove everything. Yeah, BAT, I mean, it doesn't give any, it is just like capitulating. So wait for sideways correction or change in angle. So wait for sideways correction or change in angle like this in this area. So if you've been holding like this whole time, I don't think it's good time to, I'm not saying to sell or buy, but I would be buying. I mean, I would be accumulating more, right? Just like when BTC was 3k, most people were waiting for 2k. You know, you don't want to like repeat the same mistake twice. You did the same mistake not buying BTC at 3K, right? But you know gonna sell your alt into BTC when BTC, you don't know when BTC gonna tap out, because we just speculating and following patterns, right? And most of the time we've been getting lucky to hit those targets, but we just don't know when BTC gonna tap out. But you know, next target is 14K. So, but once we hit 14K, I'm expecting, you know, 20K. But if we don't get 20K, alt season gonna start, right? BTC gonna drop probably 30%, and then you're gonna be really pissed. I know, man, you're gonna be really pissed, man. So, but let's look for support in this area, right? You know, within 5 to a 17% drop. That's a big drop to a 20% drop. So let's look for support, right? Let's look for support. Let's move on to XRP BTC, because I think like XRP was close to 4,000 when I look at it earlier. So, oh, XRP broke 4,000. Not good. So XRP broke 4,000. It's not the end of the world, right? So we are 39, 38, right? 3,900, right? So that's a daily time frame. So it is not looking good so far. It is not looking good, even though I'm expecting like a massive bull market from XRP, right? But you take a look at the daily. That's why I say like XRP, just take a look at the monthly and then the weekly, right? So let's move on to the weekly, because so you take a look at the weekly, we're making a nice divergence, right, on the weekly time frame. So making a nice divergence on the weekly time frame, right? We didn't get that, you know, the same sort of divergence back then, you know, like you know, back in September, right? Like September and August, we didn't get this type of divergence, but this time we're getting a divergence. It means probably like it is going to be a stronger push to the upside, right? It is going to be a stronger push to the upside. So it is going to be a stronger push to the upside. So keep that in mind very shortly. So yeah, let's see. It is still a double bottom. So let's see how XRP going to be able to handle like this move, like going below 4K, right? Going below 4K, because it did well staying above 4K the last last few weeks. So keep that in mind. But we're gonna talk about XRP as now. So you know, XRP hit $1. We're gonna see some other patterns. But XRP USD, I think is at 46. So man, yeah, BCH is going up. So XRP USD on the weekly is doing great. I mean, XRP is doing great on versus a dollar. It is just a matter of time, guys. Like I explained to you guys about the XRP making this V shape in this area of neutrality, and then we're most likely gonna replicate, and then what BTC did, and then moved up like to you know, we could replicate like this move, right? On which means, like I said, like XRP is bullish on the dollar because BTC is bullish, right? So BTC is extremely bullish because XRP is, you know, bearish versus the dollar. I mean, XRP is bearish versus BTC, right? But BTC is extremely bullish, right? So and XRP is also bullish versus the dollar. What that mean, right? It means XRP Ethereum is up 4%. Just got a notification. So we just talked about Ethereum being so bullish. So XRP, you know, is extremely bullish versus a dollar, which means like BTC has to be extremely bullish, very bullish, guys, for XRP to keep going up, at least for the short term, right? Maybe up to like 63 cents before we start that 10x move, like to $6, you know, not 60, but $5, right? So I'm expecting this move like to the upside, right? This one doesn't have to be a one-to-one extension. It could be like a, you know, 0.618 extension, stuff like that, right? 0.618 extension going to take us exactly just about like 82, right? 82 on the dollar value, so on the R side. So keep that in mind. But versus BTC, XRP is only down versus BTC because BTC is, extremely bullish, right? So you take a look at on the daily time frame, like XRP is making a flag, right? We made this famous flat correction. All the Bitcoins made, Litecoin, Bitcoin, all the Bitcoins, all the big coins, not Bitcoins, made, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, XRP is making right now. So I think NEO, NEO, we just talked about NEO made it also. So we got a nice flag in this area. So we about to see like our last chance to buy XRP under 50 cents. I keep saying it, right? About to see the last chance, our last chance to see XRP under 50 cents, and that's it. And that's it, guys, and that's it. So Bitcoin Cash is going up. Let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash. $4.95. I think we just talked about Bitcoin Cash. I can't even remember what was the price of Bitcoin Cash. And Bitcoin Cash is so bullish, right? Even if you just want to be conservative and then you take a look at this move right around this area, we got another leg. We got another leg up to this area, right? We got another leg. Cause it's just like BTC, man. They're repeating the same exact move, right? You got this, V shape in this area, and then you got this V shape in this area. So if you want to be conservative, also you could be saying like, oh, we're gonna, not conservative but very aggressive. You could be saying like, we got this move just about this area, right? In this area, and then we're about to make this move. But I don't think it's gonna be this aggressive. I'm thinking like a sideways up to like whatever price we said. But remember, it is live, and I don't talk about Bitcoin Cash. So it's not like I have any target for Bitcoin Cash. But I think we said like I think Ethereum, that's when we say 611. Bitcoin Cash 611, yeah, 611. So it is live, guys. It is live. So hey, what's up, Sarah? Eat Banks. So I'm gonna call it a day. Hey, what's up, K4 Liberty? Who, me? Seems like everybody in the house, so ready. So let's just call it a day, move back to a BTC, and then we say BTC to 14K, and we're gonna get to 14K very quick. So look at this move, right? So we're just gonna like I said like my personal bias is like we're not gonna make it. I'm just gonna recapitulate, I'm just gonna recap what we said, and then I said like we got a 1-to-1 extension of this move, right? 1-to-1 extension of this move we've been waiting for since like when BTC was dropping, right? And then we said it's gonna make a U-turn. So, and I said like just recently I said like we're not gonna make, my personal bias is telling me we're not gonna make this double tap in this area. We could go a little bit higher, right? And then push to 14K. That's the only way I can see us pushing to 14K, because we got 1.618 extension just about 94%, right? Not 94%, but outside 94. So we could push higher, right, in this area, right? I'm not sure how the slope, I'm not interested about how the slope gonna look like right now, because I'm only interested about price. So but because we talked about since on the 18th, right? So right now we already like within target, so it doesn't matter like how it looks right now. But the chart, right, the chart could be right. We could drop, make this V shape, and then get to 94. But my personal bias is telling me, right, when you go back to the chart, right? We need this move, right? We need this move, this vertical move, right? That's what we're looking for, right? This vertical move, that's what we're looking for, and it'll take us right at 14K. So that's why I say, like, on my previous video, I say like BTC gonna get to 14K very quick. BTC could get to 14K very quick. That was yesterday. So, and then we haven't even received any volume. That's the daily time frame. We at 12,100, and then the volume is so low, right? We almost like what? Almost that's about 30%. This body candle, if you take a look at it, let's just remove everything. You take a look at this body candle, right? This body candle, it is a 4-hour body candle, right? Because we only, not even 4 hour, it's about to be 4 hour, right? Because it's about to be midnight. So you take a look at this body candle, it is almost like 50% of this body candle. If you remember back in March, we've been talking about body candles. It is very important to talk about body candles sometimes. It's only 4 hours, and then this body candle is 50% of this body candle, right? So if like, let's say we want to match this body candle today, right? So if we matches like, if like BTC matches this body candle, we're gonna hit like 12,700 alone, just about tomorrow, right? So keep that in mind. And then you take a look at the volume. The volume is only like 20% of yesterday's volume, because we got, let's see, let's just verify. We got 15,000 trading volume BTC, and then right now we got 60,000, right? So that's 24. That's what, 25% of yesterday's volume. Yeah, and then it is only 4 hours, right? And 4 hours is not 25% of the day, right? It's less than, because we got 24 hours, right? 4 hours is less than it's about 20%, right? Right, 20, whatever, 20, yeah, 20%. I don't want to do any maths, but you know what I mean, right? So, because 4 hours, you have to multiply by 6, right? So it's less than 20%. So, and then we already got 25% of yesterday's volume. So it is incredible. So it means we could get 20% more of yesterday's volume, which is going to take us just about 85,000 trading volume by tomorrow 8 p.m. Eastern time. So BTC is extremely bullish, guys. Extremely bullish. It is extremely bullish. It doesn't matter how you look at it. Like, it doesn't matter if you want to take your Elliott wave, you count, you want to take your pattern, you want to take a look at the volume, you want to take a look at the RSI, stock R. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It is extremely bullish. It doesn't matter, right? It's not one way of looking at the market, right? It's not one way of looking at the market. It's not one way of looking at the market. All right, guys. So I love the stream today. I hope you guys love it, and let me know if you guys love it. And then remember, guys, you're not paying anything. Or the only thing I'm not saying like subscribe or like. I don't care. I mean, I do care if you like, but because it's just gonna encourage me. But just knowing like if you find it useful is also very important, because it is free content. And you guys been buying since 3K, and you guys like 400% up at least. Like, tell me what you think, right? That's all you need. I'm not telling you to subscribe or anything. You don't have to, because I'm telling you what I think, right? It is you're not paying anything, and I'm not paying you. So, but at least if you find it useful and you're profitable, at least I would like to know, right? That's the least you can do, if you're profitable, at least, right? All right, guys. I keep saying all right. I love that today's live, man. So hopefully it is great. Okay, so 14K. $14K, guys. 14K. Alright, guys, thank you for watching. I'm just gonna leave it like this so it can stay as the thumbnail, right? Thumbnail.